Alright guys, so you've seen the G-Frame new Gundam, now it's time to take a look at the second in the G-Frame line. Still in volume 1 though, here is the G-Frame Sazabi. So once again we have set 02A, which is for the armor, and 02F, which is for the frame, as well as the shield, the shotgun, and the bust. So these will be pretty cool. If you guys did see the video for the new Gundam, you know that just the set A gives you all the armor, which is the most important thing, but the frame is very static. It doesn't really look that great. You're just basically stuck with just this one pose that you can see there on the box, and it's fine, but definitely adding that articulated frame makes it look so much better. So let's take a look around the box here for set 2A. On the top, just the Sazabi there. On the side, a reminder of the other releases from Volume 1, the new Gundam, which we looked at, and the Unicorn Destroy Mode, which we will look at in the next episode. And then here on the back, just another look at just some more things there, advertising for how it looks with the articulated inner frame. And let's pop open the box. Again, a big thank you to Japan Toys in Australia for sending these to me. Once again, there's our gum. Pretty stoked to check out this series of figures, so thank you to them. I'll put the link to their site down below as well. If you guys are living in Australia anyway, you can shop there. Once again, the instructions are printed on the inside of the box. You don't need them for the new gun. I didn't refer to the instructions at all. Obviously, just going to be a whole bunch of red in this case. It looks like it's all the same color red, so there's not going to be any kind of color differentiation or anything. Multiple tones of red. Let's get this guy open and out. Okay, so built up, here is how it's going to look. Definitely I like this more than the new Gundam, just in this form. Just all the detail, everything on there looks pretty nice. You'll notice a pretty large and unsightly gap there at the legs though, just above the foot and kind of below the front of the shin armor there. That's pretty gross. I don't really know what was going on with that, but I guess just how they had to engineer the armor and everything around there. That part just didn't really work out looking very good. You'll notice, of course, it's missing a lot of color apps, especially around on the back for the little details, everything around on the back skirt. So this one, I would say you definitely would want to go in and probably paint in some of those details. At least give it some panel lining on there too, to just bring out the details on everything on there. Maybe give it, and then once all that's done, give it a coat of matte top coat, or glossy if you want to keep it like that. But this one as well, like with the new Gundam, does have seam lines, some pretty bad seam lines there on the top of the shoulders, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, the seams like on the legs are pretty seamless. There's one down the center of the back of the leg, but I think that one's also kind of hidden. You could kind of get away with it without doing much with that if you cared about the seam lines at all. Anyway, there's also going to be, of course, like nub marks and just a flash, or kind of flash, but like mold lines around the edges of everywhere. Just part of the production process of making these. Any kind of like candy toys, things like that, always have that kind of stuff on there. So definitely some cleanup work involved if you want to really make this look like really super nice, much better than just like a 500 yen candy toy. You can do all of that, of course, but just as it is, I think it's pretty cool. For a quick little comparison, here it is compared with the G-Frame new Gundam. And one thing with the two of those next to each other, you can see the size is not to scale. The Sazabi should be taller than the new Gundam. Also, I think the Sazabi's proportions are much better than the new Gundam. I mentioned in the new Gundam review that I didn't really like the proportions of that. The head's kind of like too big, and just kind of the proportions are weird. The Sazabi, I think, is better proportioned overall, aside from those gigantic hands that it has. And then compared there with a 1/44 scale HGUC RX-78-2 Gundam. So you can see these are smaller than 1/44 scale, probably something around 1/200 scale, maybe something like that. Alright, so let's take a look at box 02F here with the frame and accessories and bust all in here. So again, pretty much all the same kind of stuff around in the box. Looks very cool though in the poses that they've got this in. So let's get this opened up and see what we've got in here. Once again, of course, we have our gum. And there, as you can see, it's just the shotgun, the shield, the bust, and our new frame. So let's get this guy updated. Okay, and so once again, this thing is so much cooler with the extra articulation and extra weapons. They're added to the shield, very nice. The shotgun also very nicely detailed. And even the frame that we have now not only adds a lot more to the articulation, but it's actually more detailed. So the parts of the frame that you can see, especially up underneath the front of the leg that I was talking about before, is actually more detailed now, instead of just like looking like a just straight metal bar. It actually looks like it has more detail, like pistons and stuff kind of in there. It still looks pretty weird because it's a huge gap in there in the leg above the foot underneath the shin armor, but It does look better with the added detail in there, so I think that kind of fills the space more. Also, on the back of the shield is quite detailed. There's like the little missiles and the beam tomahawks kind of like molded in there to the back of the shield, so pretty nice, pretty cool. Overall, I like this quite a bit. Definitely prefer this one more than the new Gundam. I'd be much more motivated to put in the work to really make this shine and kind of detail it up and all of that, so I'm really looking forward to working on this more in the future. Also, real quick, here is the bust. Very cool, just molded all in black. This will really be nice too, to paint this up and just detail this up. The head does turn, so there's kind of a little bit of articulation in these, but pretty much they're just kind of meant to just be a little thing like that. So really, really cool. I definitely like this one a lot as well. One thing I wanted to mention, just going back to the unarticulated frame, the hands on these are quite large, even the holding hands on the articulated frame, but especially the open hands on the unarticulated frame, very, very large. So while I showed you guys that these are definitely smaller than 1/44 scale Gundam kits, I definitely think you could probably get away with using these hands on a lot of 1/44 scale kits. They're really, really big actually, and they use a ball joint similar to like what we're used to seeing on HG kits, so I haven't tried it to be sure. Let's just try it here. Just for example's sake, let's try it on the Gundam here. And yeah, they do fit, so I think you definitely could use these hands for open hands for 1/44 scale kits, so that's pretty cool. It even looks big even on the Gundam here, so just an idea of something else that you can do if you end up getting this set and you have the extra frame here and nothing really left to do with it. You can at least use the hands from that, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's going to be about it for the review of the G-Frame Sazabi, guys. Hopefully that was helpful if you were looking for more information about these pretty cool little figures. Again, if you haven't seen my review of the new Gundam, you can check that out. I'll be reviewing the G-Frame Destroy Mode Unicorn next, so look out for that. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Japan Toys Australia for sending these to me. Leave any other further questions and comments you guys have there down below. As always, hope you're having a great day. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.